The Bucks, they had, I think, almost 10 minutes less of time of possession. They lost the turnover battle. They threw 3 picks in a row, and they still find a way to win the game. Like, that's what, just from start to finish, just a weird game for Green Bay. They could have won it for sure, but it was just something was off.
Hey, let's throw another stat in there. Tampa Bay average drive start 37-yard line. Yeah. Average drive start for Green Bay 23-yard line. Now, that was this morning's stats that I did not do. Somebody else did, so I hope those are accurate. But it did feel like Tom Brady was 2-3 first downs away from points on a regular basis. And even when the turnovers happened, somehow in the places that they happened, there wasn't a short, it wasn't a short field. It just was a weird night. It was a very, very weird night. And I'll tell you, and you didn't answer it there because I asked you like 30 questions, so you try to answer as much as possible. But that 4th and goal, taking the ball out of your guys' hands. Now listen, Chris Carter alluded to the fact that LaFleur was acting like this was a regular season game. Like, hey, you got Mitchell Trubisky on the other side. Like, we'll kick the field goal, we'll get the points, we'll kick it off 3 and out, we'll get it back, we get a chance now to go down and win the game as opposed to tie the game or whatever. But you should, in my eyes, even if there was a thought about it, you call a timeout there. You bring your best fucking play to the table here. This is our entire season on the line here. You go for it. If you don't get it, by the way, guess what? Still down and need a touchdown, and the field position is still set up pretty good here. Let's say you score a touchdown and you don't score the 2-point. Okay, you're still in the exact same spot that you were in from kicking a field goal. You need a touchdown. It just, all of it seemed to be quite a, I don't know what that was.
What the hell was that?
Ric Flair.
A fumble of an opportunity there. 3 times in the last 115 situations like this has the team decided to kick a field goal. I don't know if any of those other times they had the MVP at quarterback. That just seems like a real, obviously the hindsight's 20/20 and everything and all that shit. But man, that's a wild decision to make, AJ.
Well, it is, and I know there's a lot going on like between the coaches and players and everything, but if you know Aaron after the game, he said, like, if I didn't know we were going to kick it on 4th down, if I would have known that, maybe I would have called a little different play on 3rd down, because I think Aaron even said, like, Matt, let me kind of call that play. So it would have changed his mindset. I think he even said maybe would have drawn up some crossing routes or whatever. Maybe he would have taken off and ran if he would have known they were going for a field, or if he would have known it was going for a field goal, I guess. It just changed his mindset, I think. And I don't know how you communicate that in the headset. Maybe early on before that play, LaFleur tells him, hey, if we don't get it, I'm kicking a field goal. Like, do you want to put that in your quarterback's head? But he needs to know. It's like just a weird situation you have to find a way to work through.
Hey, 8 yards. We need 8 yards. All right? We need 8 yards, or we need a 3 and out against Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr.
Yeah.
I don't know how that. And by the way, everything in life is risk assessment.
Ooh,
okay? Everything in life is risk assessment. You know, you're always weighing the pros versus the cons. You're always weighing, the good outweighing the bad. In football, those situations have to happen very quickly. I don't know how the good in kicking the field goal outweighed the bads there. I still don't. And this is the gift of being able to look back on the whole situation. And maybe I have too much respect for Tom Brady and what he's been able to accomplish for the last 20 years or so. But that just seems like a mistake. And it's in the biggest moment, So it's like, it's tough because it was a hell of a year, hell of a run by that Packers team.
Absolutely. Like, that's what's tough to see the day after when it comes to a sudden halt like this. The season's over, bam. It's tough to see, like, okay, this was a heck of a year for him, but we know what the expectations are, especially with Aaron at the helm. But if they would have, let's say this would have worked, would people be calling LaFleur a genius?
Well, also, if it works, you're still giving the ball to Tom, who only has to go down there and kick a field goal. So the next question is, did they get down there too fast?
Yeah.
There's so many layers to it all, and you can only judge off of what did happen. But any of the other results happening, there would have been immediate criticism of, because it's the NFL and it's the NFC Championship game, and you have Aaron Rodgers at quarterback.